Welcome back to EngliMation. Today, Aditi explores 5 words that all describe cutting food: slice, chop, dice, mince, and grate. These 5 words all describe cutting food into smaller pieces, but the size, shape, and tool used separate them more than people realize. By the end of this video, Aditi will know exactly which word fits which cut. It started in Grandma's kitchen, on Aditi's very first cooking lesson. Aditi looked at the tiny onion pieces and said, "Wow, you chopped that fine." Grandma smiled and said, "Actually, sweetheart, this is minced, not chopped." That evening, Aditi felt puzzled. Wasn't cutting food all pretty much the same? So Aditi decided to spend the week paying close attention to every single one of these cutting words, in the kitchen and beyond. The next morning, Aditi watched Grandma prepare the bread for breakfast. Long, smooth strokes cut it into thin, even, flat pieces, one after another. Just slicing the bread, Grandma said, each piece falling neatly aside. Aditi noticed this word described a very specific shape. Slice meant a thin, flat, even piece, cut in one smooth motion. Bread, cheese, tomatoes, all cut this same thin, flat way. A little later, Grandma cut a ripe tomato for sandwiches. Thin, even rounds fell one by one, each piece perfectly uniform. Slicing the tomato thin makes for a much prettier sandwich, she said proudly. Sitting at the table, Aditi wondered something new. Would a rough, uneven pile of chopped vegetables also be called sliced? Probably not. Slice seemed to need that same even, flat shape every single time. So Aditi wrote the very first note. Slice means cutting into thin, flat, even pieces in one smooth motion. Bread, tomatoes, cheese, all sliced the exact same careful way. And here is Aditi's first discovery. Slice, thin, flat, even pieces, cut in one smooth motion. Perfect for bread, tomatoes, and cheese, uniform and neat every time. Later that morning, Grandma prepared vegetables for a hearty stew. Firm, quicker downward strokes cut carrots and celery into rough chunks. Just chopping these up, she said, tossing the pieces straight into the pot. Aditi noticed this word felt faster and much less precise. Chop meant cutting into rough, irregular pieces. No need for perfect uniformity. Speed mattered more than neatness, especially with a hungry family waiting. That afternoon, a cooking show caught Aditi's attention. A chef quickly chopped a whole pile of onions, barely looking down at all. "Chopping fast just takes practice," the chef said, smiling at the camera. At the table, Aditi pieced together this word's real pattern. Chop meant rough, uneven pieces, cut quickly without much fuss over size. The neat, even bread slices from breakfast, completely different from chopping. So Aditi wrote the second note, the faster pace now clear. Chop means cutting into rough, uneven pieces, fairly quickly and casually, common for stews and everyday cooking. Speed matters more than precision. And here is Aditi's second discovery. Chop, rough, uneven pieces, cut fairly quickly without much fuss. Perfect for stews and soups. Speed matters more than perfect uniformity. Tidying the counter that evening, Aditi felt the picture coming together. 2 words down, slice and chop. One neat, one wonderfully rough. But a small bowl of tiny, perfect cubes on the counter still needed its own word. That evening, Grandma carefully cut a potato at the board. Slow, deliberate movements produce small, perfectly even little cubes. "This one needs to be diced," she said. "Nice and neat, all the same size." Aditi noticed this word demanded real precision and patience. Dice meant small, cube-shaped pieces, all cut to roughly the same size. Not rough like chopping. Every single cube looked almost identical. Flipping through Grandma's old recipe cards, Aditi found a clear example. Diced onions, diced bell peppers. One card read, with tiny cube drawings beside it. Dice, it seemed, always meant this same small cube-like shape. At the table, Aditi confirmed exactly where this word belonged. Dice meant small, uniform cube shapes, cut with real care and precision. The rough, uneven stew vegetables from earlier? Nowhere close to being diced. So Aditi wrote the third note, the precision now clearly captured. Dice means cutting into small, uniform cube shapes with real care. Common for salsas and salads, more precise and even than a simple chop. And here is Aditi's third discovery. Dice, small, uniform cube shapes cut with real precision and care. Common for salsas and salads, every piece almost exactly the same size. Sitting on the kitchen stool, Aditi thought back to that very first evening. 3 words down, slice, chop, and dice, each with a clear meaning. But Grandma's original word, mince, still needed its own proper investigation. Aditi returned to the very same cutting board from the beginning. Grandma demonstrated again, rocking the knife quickly over tiny garlic pieces. The pieces became almost paste-like, far smaller than any dice or chop. Aditi noticed this word described the smallest pieces of all. Mince meant cutting something into extremely tiny, almost paste-like bits. Garlic and ginger especially, cut so fine they nearly disappeared into the dish. The next day, Aditi visited a butcher shop with Grandma. A butcher ran fresh meat through a grinder, producing fine, loose strands. Minced meat, fresh daily, a sign above the counter proudly announced. Sitting outside, Aditi confirmed exactly how fine this word really meant. Mince meant extremely fine pieces, almost paste-like, the smallest cut possible. Even the small, careful potato cubes from dicing looked huge by comparison. So Aditi wrote the fourth note, the earlier mix-up finally resolved. Mince means cutting into extremely tiny, almost paste-like pieces, the finest of all, common for garlic, ginger, and meat, cut so small they nearly disappear. And here is Aditi's fourth discovery. Mince, extremely tiny, almost paste-like pieces, the finest cut of them all, common for garlic and ginger, cut so small they nearly vanish into the dish. Walking home, Aditi noticed Grandma carrying a small block of cheese. 4 words down, slice, chop, dice, and mince, each using a knife. But Aditi remembered something odd. Cheese for tacos never seemed to use a knife at all. Back in the kitchen, Grandma rubbed cheese firmly against a metal grater. Thin, curly shreds fell steadily into the bowl below. No knife involved at all. "This is grating," she said. A completely different tool for a completely different shape. Aditi noticed something completely different about this word right away. Grate didn't use a knife at all. It used a special tool with sharp little holes. The cheese came out in thin, curly shreds, not cubes or paste or slices. The next day, Grandma grated a whole carrot for a fresh salad. The same steady rubbing motion produced thin, curly orange shreds. "Grated carrot adds such a nice crunch," she said, tossing it into the bowl. At the table, Aditi confirmed the final, most important distinction. Grate meant thin, curly shreds, made with a grater, never a knife at all. Even minced garlic, cut so tiny, still used a knife. Grating used a totally different tool. So Aditi wrote the fifth and final note, tying it all together. Grate means rubbing food against a grater to make thin, curly shreds. No knife at all, just a completely different tool for cheese, carrots, and more. And here is Aditi's fifth discovery. Grate. Thin, curly shreds made with a grater. No knife involved at all. Common for cheese, carrots, and ginger. A totally different tool and shape. Later that night, Aditi laid out all 5 notes side by side. For the first time, the whole picture became completely clear. It was time to put everything together and see how these words truly connect. Here's everything Aditi learned, side by side. Chop is rough and quick. Slice is thin and slat. Dice is small, even cubes. Mince is the tiniest cut of all. And grate stands apart, using a completely different tool. Look at the exact same onion cut 5 completely different ways. Sliced becomes thin rings. Chopped becomes rough pieces. Diced becomes small cubes. Minced becomes tiny bits. And grated becomes thin, curly shreds. 5 totally different results.
Here are a few mix-ups worth remembering carefully. Bread is always sliced, never minced, and a grater makes shreds, not cubes. And anything cut into a paste-like texture is minced, never sliced. So here are Aditi's 5 golden rules, worth saving. Slice is thin and flat, and chop is rough and quick. Dice is small, even cubes. Mince is tiny and paste-like. Grate uses a whole different tool. Now it's time to test everything Aditi has learned. 5 words, real situations. Can you choose the right one? Let's find out. Quiz time. Quiz time. Question 1. Grandma cuts the bread into thin, even, flat pieces with one smooth motion. Chop, slice, or mince? Which word fits this neat breakfast prep? The answer is B, slice. It means thin, flat, even pieces. Perfect for bread, just like the breakfast Grandma prepared that morning. Question 2. Grandma quickly cuts carrots and celery into rough chunks. Dice, grate, or chop? Which word fits these rough, uneven stew pieces? The answer is C, chop. It means rough, uneven pieces cut quickly. Exactly right for a stew. Just like the vegetables Grandma prepared for dinner. Question 3. Grandma carefully cuts a potato into small, perfectly even cubes. Dice, slice, or mince? Which word fits this precise cube-shaped cut? The answer is A, dice. It means small, uniform cubes cut with real precision and care, just like the potato Grandma prepared so carefully. Question 4. Grandma rocks the knife quickly over garlic until it's almost a paste. Slice, mince, or grate? Which word fits this extremely fine paste-like cut? The answer is B, mince. It means extremely tiny paste-like pieces, the finest cut of all, just like the garlic Grandma demonstrated on that very first day. Question 5. Grandma rubs cheese against a metal grater, making thin, curly shreds. Chop, dice, or grate? Which word fits this tool-based shred-making cut? The answer is C, grate. It means thin, curly shreds made with a grater. No knife needed at all, just like the cheese Grandma prepared for tacos. Final question. Remember the very first cutting board from the beginning? Which word did Grandma use instead of chopped? Chop, mince, or dice? Think back to that very first lesson. The answer is B, mince. It fits perfectly. Those tiny onion pieces were far too fine to be simply chopped. Full marks. Aditi's journey has truly come full circle. That night, Aditi okayed over the notebook one final time. 5 words, 5 lessons, and a whole new way of seeing every cut in the kitchen. From a simple bread slice to a fine mince, every dish told its own story. So remember, slice is thin and flat, and chop is rough and quick. Dice means small, even cubes, and mince means tiny paste-like pieces. And grate means thin, curly shreds, made with a completely different tool. If Aditi could leave you with just one thought, it would be this. Next time a recipe calls for cutting something, look closely at the size and shape needed. How small, how even, knife or grater, the right word makes all the difference. One last tip. Here's a quick cheat sheet you can pin in your own kitchen. Thin and flat means slice, rough and quick means chop, small cubes mean dice, tiny paste means mince, and shreds from a grater always mean grate. That's the end of today's journey with Aditi. 5 words, 1 big idea, and a whole new way to talk about cooking and cutting. Let's see what you learned. Like, subscribe, and comment below. Which of these 5 words surprised you the most? See you in the next lesson. For more tricky word comparisons, check out our other vocabulary videos. Thanks for learning with Aditi today. See you next time.